Yo. I'm excited to be back to discuss alcohol abuse. But first, I want to send a shout out to everybody who's been showing support. I've been getting a lot of messages about just, the content that I've already put out on YouTube. It's a lot of support coming in. I appreciate it. I'm discussing the issues that I went through. It's not only me, we all go through it. It's just a lot of us, we don't want to talk about it, or it's like we want to keep our problems to ourselves and not really let everybody know, what we're going through. And me, I'm gonna put it out there, what a lot of the shit that I went through, I don't mind speaking about it. I'm not the type of person who wants to keep all my business and everything that I went through, to myself. I'm gonna put it out there because I know it's gonna help somebody, and that's the most important thing to me at this point in my life. Is if somebody hears something that I said and it helps them, or they reach out to me for help, then man, that means that I'm serving my purpose, and that's where I'm at. And on this episode, I want to discuss alcohol abuse. I struggled with alcohol abuse. And I was a late drinker. I started drinking around 18 years old. I tried it when I was younger than that, but I just didn't really like it. I don't know if I drank, I don't remember exactly what I drank, or if I just drank the wrong thing and it tasted nasty. I didn't like it, so I put it down, and I didn't really touch alcohol until I turned 18 is when I started touching alcohol again. And this was after the meth use. So I started, I had buddies who would use meth and drink, and eventually it got passed on to me. And I used to use meth and then drink to kind of, level me out from being so awake. And the alcohol would kind of bring me back down and level me out. So I started using alcohol, if I remember right, around 18. It started off slow, just drinking to kind of level me out. And eventually it started turning into alcohol, abuse, to where I used to use it. If I didn't have money to use meth, then I would, drink alcohol because it was a lot cheaper. And I would drink, I wouldn't drink just to drink. I would drink to get buzzed, at that time. And it brought out another side of me, in my early 20s, at 21, I noticed it started bringing out the anger in me. When I was drunk, I would get real angry and get violent, want to fight people, want to use weapons. And I would let's just say that the best in me didn't come out when I used to use alcohol at such a young age, and also mixing it with methamphetamine and alcohol together, combined. Even if I would be up for days with meth, it's like, all right, I don't have no more money, like I gotta get some sleep. Then I would just drink until I was buzzed and go to sleep. All right. But so the alcohol abuse, it got me real angry. It turned me into this other, monster, I would say. As I reflect back at the time when I would use it, it would just turn me into some monster. It was just like I was always angry. I would lash out at, friends, family, strangers. And it just brought out this monster in me that I knew was not going to get anywhere. When I used to drink, I would drink alcohol, beer, and then if I started drinking shots, hard tequila or vodka, then that's when I got at my worst. If I used to drink hard liquor and get into something every time, like there was a point in my early 20s where I would drink and it came with me getting into a fight, or taking out weapons and almost hurting somebody or hurting somebody. And it brought out the devil in me. So it lasted all the way into my 20s. 24 is when I caught my prison term, and I was drunk at the time. I was heavily drunk. I got 5 years. And the extent of what happened, to get my 5 years will be discussed. I definitely want to discuss it. I feel it's an important topic, a topic that changed my life completely overnight and helped me turn into a man. My prison sentence helped me turn into a man, and I'm here today doing well due to all my mistakes. But going back to my early 20s and just abusing alcohol, I was always from a young age, in Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, attending NA meetings. So I'm very familiar with those rooms, what those rooms bring, the stories, the strength, the hope. And I grew up in AA meetings, and still to this day, I still try to attend an AA meeting whenever I have an extra amount of free time. I was in one not too long ago. I just showed up, for an hour, and it was what I needed at the time, just to hear, what people are going through, and it takes me back to how far I've come. So yeah, alcohol has been a huge downfall in my life. It was. After I got out of prison, I went back to using alcohol. It slowly brought me down. It didn't happen overnight. This time, after getting out of prison and using alcohol again, I was able to control my alcohol use better. I didn't get angry anymore. It was more, but I still used it to get wasted, get fucked up. Like, I was not gonna drink 2 or 3 beers. I was gonna drink to get fucked up, because if I just drank 2 or 3 beers, I had to go to sleep and wake up later, just to take away the headache, that feeling, that craving. But over the last 5 years, I got out of prison, and I started using alcohol again. After I told myself, hey, I wasn't going to use alcohol because that's what got me 5 years in prison. But I was able to leave the drugs out, put the drugs to the side after I got out of prison, and I started drinking again when I got out, and slowly, I ended up in relationships that revolved around alcohol use. And, that's not pointing the fingers at who I was with or who I've been with, because it was a two-way street. I wanted to drink, they wanted to drink, and these relationships revolved around drinking. That's what I attracted. That's what I wanted. I did not want anybody who did not drink. I was not going to be with anybody who was not drinking, because I wanted a drinking partner. That's what I was looking for, a drinking partner. I fast forward, I've been to jail. I've woken up in the hospital. I've woken up in jail after a long night of drinking. I've hurt people, while I was drinking. I ended up in prison due to drinking. The only thing I've been in accidents while I was drinking, and the only thing that hasn't happened, obviously, is I haven't, been in a life-threatening situation to where I almost lost my life completely due to alcohol. You can say going to prison for 5 years is like losing your life. In a sense, it is. You lose your freedom, you lose the power to do a lot of things. But actually losing my physical life is another story. I have not lost it, and I'm thankful. So after all those years, after getting out, using again, and just trying to find what was going to get me to stop, because I knew in my heart I wanted to stop. Nothing was good was going to come out of it. I know eventually I was going to lose my life behind drinking. But what was going to help me stop drinking completely? And it was this year, 2023, that I found something that I loved more than drinking, and that was fitness, nutrition, mindset. Becoming a fitness coach, becoming a mindset coach, becoming a nutrition coach, helping others, being able to jump on here on YouTube and tell my story. Like, I really enjoy doing it. I feel it's going to be helpful for somebody, even not now, maybe next year, maybe years down the road, maybe 10, 15 years, my video will pop up on somebody's screen who's going through what I've been through, and I'll get that message, and I'll be there to answer that message if I'm still here in the physical form. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring, but I am taking the steps needed today to be here tomorrow, to live a healthier lifestyle. And it was this year that I found this process that really worked for me. And I have not craved drinking. I have not wanted to drink. I am here at a casino right now, Pachanga Casino in Temecula, and I'm surrounded by alcohol, and I have not wanted to drink. I don't have any cravings for it. I see everybody drinking here, and it's not like something that I want to do. Like, oh, maybe I could just have one. No, and I'm not even eliminating myself. It's like, hey, if I want to have one, well, maybe I will have one. But it's just like, I don't want to do it. I found something that keeps me motivated, that keeps me happy, that keeps me going. That's fitness, mindset, and nutrition. And teaching others the process to look their best, feel their best, and think their best. And ultimately, that's what's got me not wanting to drink anymore. I don't want to. I went from saying, hey, I want to die drunk, to now just saying, hey, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink today. I've been in plenty of situations over the last couple months that I could have drank, easily. There's nothing stopping me from drinking but me. I'm not saying that I could probably have a beer right now and be fine. Be fine. I honestly think that I can have one and be fine. I just don't want to do it. It's just not what I stand for right now. It's not what I stand for, moving forward. My goals, I have a lot of goals. I'm focused. And it's not what I stand for, I'm not looking for a partner who drinks. I'm looking for, and I know it's going to be hard to find, but I'm looking for a partner who does not drink. So, that's going to cover my topic of just what I went through with alcohol abuse. If anybody has any questions, concerns, I got stories for days with alcohol abuse, but I just wanted to touch on some key points with alcohol that I struggled with. And if anybody has any questions, concerns, or you guys want to reach out to me, feel free to follow me at crazy_fitness on Instagram. Send me a message. That is the platform where I am most active, and I will get back to you. So that'll cover it for this week. Y'all have a good week. If you're trying to get fit, if you're trying to learn how to eat healthy, if you want to get your mindset on point, hit me up. Jump on my program. Let's fucking get it.